Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tashana. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're not, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for coming. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how you can build your self-confidence. And if you had a lot of self-confidence in the past and you lost it, how to get your self-confidence back. I feel like a lot of the times, especially in the society that we live in, as a dark-skinned female, people come at you a lot and you have to reaffirm yourself all the time. Sometimes you have to catch yourself wavering in your confidence and you have to come back to that place where you know, this is me, this is who I am, and we're going to not focus on anybody else. All right, so we're going to talk about how to build self-confidence, how to maintain it. If you lost it, how to get it back. So if that's something that you're interested in seeing, continue watching this video.
Already, you know it. Top everything, you know it. King already, you know it. My body soul got a king body. Body gon' shine, bling bling body. Calling all the shots, ring body.
Yeah, you know I'm here with Tashana.
The first thing, number one, I would say the first step in having self-confidence, keeping your self-confidence and maintaining it is knowing yourself. Once you know yourself, it's impossible for other people to come and tell you who you are. I have this mantra that I live by is, I know who I am. Is another one that says, know yourself, so when other people come and tell you who you are not, you won't believe them. There's a lot of people in the world. There's so many people with their different opinions. Lots of people think they know everything and they want to tell you who you are. Just now, I was on Twitter and I saw a post that says, you guys really need to bleach your armpits and your bikini line for real. And this was said by a black woman, right? And she doesn't have to say who she's speaking about, but she's more than likely speaking about dark-skinned black women, because dark-skinned black women experience a lot of hyperpigmentation in certain areas, where certain areas are going to naturally be darker than other areas, especially if there's a lot of friction in that area. And say you go out into the world all confident, you're good, you're proud of yourself, and then bloops, you look on Twitter and you see that. You go on Twitter and you see that. That's like, oh my God, is my armpit really, or is my bikini area really dark? But that's something that I already dealt with. That's, like I said, I saw this today, it didn't move me at all. If I wasn't somebody that knew, as a black woman, I'm going to experience this and this is going to happen naturally, I would have been moved by that comment, by seeing that comment. So like I said, the first step in being confident and maintaining your confidence is knowing who you are. Every aspect of yourself, your physique, your mentality, your emotions, knowing your emotions and trusting in your emotions. Whatever you're feeling, allow yourself to feel it and be good with that. All right, the second way in which you can maintain your self-confidence or get some self-confidence back if you never had any. And I feel like we're all born with self-confidence. As little kids, we jump around carefree. We don't care about anything. And I feel like as you grow, society has all these ideas of what you shouldn't do. You grow, your parents tell you don't do this. In this area, you can't talk too loud at church. Tone it down here. You can't this, you can't that. So then we start to hide parts of ourselves and we start to retreat into ourselves and go into a little shell. And then as we grow older into adults, we lose our confidence. Then we become totally different people as we are older. And it's for us when we get to a certain age to try and go back to that place where we're free and happy and we live how we want to live. Okay, so the second way is affirmations. Affirmations, waking up every morning and telling yourself the I am statements. I am beautiful, I am creative, I am successful, I am lovely, I am happy, all of that. Affirmations. It doesn't even have to start with I am statements. It can be different statements that just build you up and speaking positivity into your life. Number 3, and this is a big one, I feel like a lot of the times we lose our confidence because things happen to us or we handled situations in the past and we hold ourselves to that and we feel like I'm never going to handle situation. This is who I am. We start to believe that the situations that we've been through, this is who I am. You need to forgive yourself and forgive yourself for acting in the moment the best way you knew how to. Chances are, in every situations in your past, you did the best you could with the knowledge that you had and with the resources that you had. So you can't hold yourself accountable too much to things that happened in your past when you could not have done any better. That is all you knew. What you can do now is learn from your mistakes, the mistakes that you've made in the past, and move forward. Try and forgive yourself. The best way I can say is forgiving yourself. Like I said, that's the main statement, is just forgiving yourself for moving the way you moved with the information that you had at that time. Chances are it was things that happened when you were way younger, you didn't know any better. The knowledge that you have now of wrong and right, and certain things that you won't stand for now, certain morals that you have now, you didn't have back then. And so it is unfair to your younger self to hold your younger self to that standard. And even if you knew better, chances are the resources that you had and way life was set up for you, that was the choice that you thought was best for you at the time, and you have to forgive yourself for that. That is not who you are. Who you are is how you overcame and how now you know better, and that's why you feel so bad about the past. You have a bunch of things that you're holding over your own head. You're going to be heavy. You're not going to feel as confident because you have a lot of unforgiveness in your heart. Number 4 is, if you're a Capricorn, this is a big one. If you're a Capricorn specifically, or an overachiever, this is going to apply to you. This might not apply to everybody, but if it does, take this one as well. Is acknowledging your achievements. This is a big one. Sometimes we want to be modest. I know for Capricorns, it's just on to the next. You achieve something, on to the next. There's another ladder to climb. On to the next. You don't ever stop and be grateful for what you achieved. It was something that you wanted for so long. Why, when you get it, you spend 2 minutes there and then moving on to something else? Why don't we stop and have some gratitude in the moment? So that's number 4. It's acknowledging your achievements. Bask in the moment for a little. It's not cocky. It's not you being overly confident. It's not you sitting there and dwelling on the good things or whatever the case might be for too long. But just dwell there a little bit. Be present with your achievements. Acknowledge them. Put them somewhere where you can see them. And maybe even write them down, so when you're feeling down, you can say, well, I did this and I did that and I did this and I did that. So you can remind yourself of them. It's not bad to remind yourself of achievements, okay? Don't sit and dwell there, because you can use, there's a saying, I think it's Nelson Mandela that said it. I don't remember word for word, but there's a saying that says people use their achievements and the things that they have to excuse behaviors that they're doing now that's not good. Something to the effect, you're not going to use your achievements to say, well, I have all this and I don't need to do anything more, and I don't need to treat you right because I have all this and I did all that. But dwell in your achievements a little bit. In everything, moderation. I always say this, in everything, moderation. So use your common sense. Don't stay there too long, but don't just make it be like a quick thing and moving on to the next. You'll find yourself getting burnt out. And also, what does it give to you? Like, what does it do for your soul to constantly think? You find yourself chasing after a never-ending cycle of just trying to get to this place where there's no place. The people that are rich billionaires, Kanye West can tell you, Jay-Z, Beyonce, them can tell you, there's no place. When you get there, you're still like, okay, I need this thing. Say Kanye fighting with Gap over some other thing. He wants more and more and more. The man is a billionaire, but he wants more and more and more. Not content with what he has, because we are chasing this idea that we just need to continue going, and that will mess with your self-esteem and all of that. So just try and dwell with your achievements, grateful for your achievements, and don't make it into a thing where it's like, I need to constantly be climbing this ladder, because you can really get lost in that, because there's no end. It's just going to be another thing after another thing after another thing. And I always use people that are where I would say I aspire to get to, and look at them, and then I just say like, okay, if this place is such a place that I need to get to, why are they unsatisfied? They're not satisfied. They're not satisfied. That means that the goal is a goal that doesn't even really It's arbitrary. Like, what? Like, live and be happy. Like, why are we doing all this? It's not necessary. And number 5 is taking your power back. There's a lot of times when we find ourselves in situations with people, specifically with people, and we give them our power. There are instances where we allow them to say certain things to us. Sometimes you even get angry at people that you don't want to get angry at, and you feel some type of way about it, because even you reacting in a way that's out of character is them you giving them power, and you don't want to do that. So in every instance where you've done something like that, try and move past it. Take your power back from them. If you feel like every time you're going to be answering people or whatever the case might be, disengage from those type of situations so you can maintain your power, not giving them your power. Also, in areas where you need to set boundaries, if you have your core values, things that I value my time, I value honesty, I value loyalty, all of that, and there's somebody that is disloyal, somebody that doesn't value your time, somebody that just is always moving against your core values, then you need to set boundaries in those areas, because once your core values are compromised, you're going to find yourself in a bad place or in a dark place, because core values are not upheld. Who are you? Who are you really? So take your power back, set your boundaries, and don't give people too much. Don't take too much from people. And if you have a boundary and they're passing the boundary, you need to reinforce the boundary, and you need to set consequences for people passing their place with you. Once they see that there's a consequence for them being disrespectful, chances are they're going to stop. And if they don't stop, you just keep reinforcing your boundary, keep reinforcing your boundaries, because at the end of the day, that's all you have. You only have yourself, your core values, and your power. So number 6 is setting goals, attainable goals, small goals if you need to, and keep achieving them every day. It's not counter what I said in the one before. These are small attainable goals. Just like set them and achieve them, goals that you know for sure you can achieve. This is not to say, oh, I have this thing or I've done this thing. This is just so you can feel some sense of accomplishment. Number 7 is self-care. So take care of yourself. Set aside a day or two, a day and a half, days after work, something. Set aside days where you can take care of yourself. Just give yourself some extra love. Relaxation days, massages, whatever it be. Take some time, find out what you like, and give that to yourself on certain days. For 8, and this is a big one, it is do self-help programs, self-help books, whatever it is, just something that you can constantly learn and elevate and grow mentally. There are a lot of things that we don't know, okay? We are raised in certain households. We go to certain schools in certain areas. There is so much knowledge. We never stop learning. And there's so much knowledge and so many different areas of life where we can grow as people. Audiobooks are great, so you can listen to it in your car while you're driving. There's a lot of podcasts as well that you can listen to that can help you to elevate your mind. 9 is helping others and taking care of the people around you, so your family and people that are less fortunate than you. Anyone who is not taking advantage of you, and anyone who is not expecting you to be helping them all the time, and anyone that is not trying to be a leash. You should try and help those people that are less fortunate, even if you don't have, even if you're not the richest person in the world. You can give things that you've grown from that you can donate. There has to be, if you have kids that things that they would use as children, you're not planning to have another child, that you can donate to shelters, and that you can also give to people that are less fortunate than you in your area that need help. Last one, and this is a big one for me, is trusting in something bigger than yourself, trusting the universe, whatever you believe in. God, I'm a Christian. I don't try to push religion on other people, because I know other people don't necessarily believe the same thing that I believe, but I always make sure to say that I believe in God, and not saying you need to do that, but trusting in something outside of yourself, that will help you have confidence when it is that you're trying to do something and trying to make moves or trying to go for new opportunities. You have a lot of confidence in knowing that the universe, God, won't give you more than you can bear. And if he put you in a situation, chances are there's something to learn from it. Chances are he has a plan for you. Whatever the case might be, that gives you confidence. Knowing that everything is working together for your good gives you confidence. There's nothing, just having faith in something outside of yourself gives you confidence and makes you know that there is nothing that you cannot overcome. There's nothing that is going to be presented to you that you don't have the tools and the readiness to defeat, to conquer, to overcome, all of that. So yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I did not say something that you feel like is a way that you have gained confidence or maintained your confidence. Leave it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.